So Nifty Bank is going to close above 26,000. It crossed 26,000 today and is going to close above that level. That's the record closing for Nifty Bank today, up 315 points or so. Nifty also, although is off days high by almost 45 points now, 10,373, but still a record closing on this one. Mid cap and small cap were kind of lagging in today's trade, and that's not a surprise. They'll probably come up once Nifty starts consolidating. But both these indices also doing well in positive zone, almost up by 1/4%. Let's look at how the picture looks like among Sensex components, and you have more losers than gainers, interestingly. But HDFC, ICICI Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank, HDFC Bank, and that is what Neeraj has been talking about. These four private sector banking names have definitely pulled the indexes up, both Sensex and Nifty. On the losing side, you have Tata Motors, so Hero Moto. So this is one sector. Interestingly, Yes Bank and IndusInd Bank also figured among key losers today. Among bigger ones, you have ONGC and Maruti. Also TCS down almost 1%. Wipro down close to 1% in today's trade as well.
Well, there were a lot of individual stocks in the broader markets which did well, though there was some profit booking seen for the broader market indices. I want to start off with PC Jewelers. That stock saw a good amount of gains in the second half of the session. Remember, today was the day for the 9th straight day of gains. PC Jewelers closing at day's high, so that's a positive sign with gains of over 7%. On merger news, you saw Capital First and IDFC Bank reacting today. So where IDFC Bank closed the day with cuts of almost between 4 to 5%, you had Capital First, which saw substantial gains in the opening session, but the counter gave up its opening gains, but still it closed with gains of almost 1.5 to 2% in today's session. So these two stocks were in focus. Lao Pala is the other one. The stock surged in the last hour of trade after the company informed the exchanges that they would be considering bonus issue in their board meeting, which is scheduled on 5th of February. Muthoot Capital, good set of numbers. The counter was locked in upper circuit with gains of 20%. The Q3 performance was pretty strong. Kaya Limited is the other one, which was locked in upper circuit with gains of as much as 20% coming about there. And Prakash Industries, the run continues for this counter. Remember, the earnings were out in the last week, and today also the counter surged almost 14 to 15%, fresh 52-week high there for that counter. Among the media space, you had Hathway, which did well, so that was up almost 14 to 15%. And there's one more counter called Merck Limited that saw substantial gains today. Remember, it's a company with a free float market cap of almost 1,000 crores, so good gains coming up for Merck Limited.
Well, but the market's by and large dominated by what happened to banks, and I think that contributors list will give you a picture of really what transpired today. The Nifty, 0.5%, almost at where it started off, and if you take out the financials, virtually no gainers. The others have about 16 odd points versus about 32 odd points on the losing side. So we would have been in the red today had it not been for the financials, and predominantly
I think had it not been for HDFC, you would have just been flat today.
Yeah, that too. So HDFC essentially the lion's share. But yeah, I mean, HDFC Twins and ICICI Bank, as we said, as we started the show with, without them, I think it would have been a problem. Let's get the turnover and the India VIX as well, by and large. So turnover on NSE cash slightly lower today, but I would believe par for the course. And India VIX, I think, went up. I think this would be 1 month highs for India VIX. If we can get India VIX on the screen and volatility at 14.2, this would probably be 1 month highs. I think December 14-15 was around 14.5 or thereabouts. Now we are back to 14.2 odd levels. So VIX is moving up. I heard you mention PCR has inched up a bit.
Yep.
This is the 1 month. Yeah. So from the levels on 14-15 of December, these are close to 1 month highs for India VIX. PCR has moved up as well. And today, sans the banks, we were in for a rude surprise. So, and broader markets have effectively underperformed in a big way in the session today.
And that's right, Neeraj. In fact, in a market which is moving higher, you usually see India VIX correcting. That did not happen, which is just telling you probably there is some profit booking which is taking place at the top, or there could be some fresh short positions. But I must say Bank Nifty is the one which will be in focus. We've seen huge amount of build-up for Bank Nifty futures now for two straight sessions. Yeah. Just lastly, before we wind up, bring up the European markets and just show you what the rest of the world is up to before we get in final thoughts from our experts. And FTSE CAC DAX should come up on your screen because, well, it's a flattish day of trade for the global markets too. So no big positives coming in. It'll be interesting to see if the momentum continues in tomorrow's session.